Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. I'm back for part 3 of talking to you about ovarian cancer, and first we talked about the symptoms, and then we talked about the preventative care and the testing of ovarian cancer. As we know, there is no test. Today I wanted to get a little bit more intimate. I can't even say the word. In reference to this particular disease, ovarian cancer. I was 30, when I got diagnosed. And there's 4 stages of ovarian cancer, just like any other cancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's A, B, and C within those categories. And depending on when they caught your disease is depending on the treatment that you get. So if you catch it on the first stage, which is the greatest thing in the world, and it's you pretty much have a sometimes you don't even need chemo. You have laparoscopic surgery nowadays, and is much easier. As you go on with the stages, there's different things that go on. Number 1, there is, of course, the radical hysterectomy. And that was my case. We had 3 surgeries to end up with the radical hysterectomy. The first one was an emergency, unfortunately, because I was such in a late stage that I was pretty bad at that time. So we went in and they removed an ovary plus the 2 masses, one on one ovary and the other one on the other ovary. I told them to try to keep the ovary as much as you can because I wanted to have another child. The second surgery was more explorative. She wanted to go in and see how advanced I was. So it was the removal of the augmentum and the lymph nodes. That came back and said that it had spread rapidly and we needed to go in and do a radical hysterectomy. It was too late already to save any eggs that I had. It just wasn't possible for me. So after that, I did have the radical hysterectomy. Now, with a radical hysterectomy, basically what happens is that you go straight into menopause. And that feeling is kind of where your hot flashes come in, your cold flashes come in, your moodiness comes in, weight gain comes in. Everything that you were kind of expecting in your 60s, well, that all comes in really, really fast. So it's very hard to deal with. They do put you on some type of estrogen, which I was put on. Now, there's always a debate about that. They're saying that the estrogen can cause breast cancer, and especially if you have the ovarian, you have to be monitored very well for breast cancer, and especially since if you have it in your family, you have to be careful about it. Honestly, it's been 14 years and I'm still on estrogen. I've tried and attempted several times to get myself off of it with the help of the doctors, and I just go right back into total bitchiness. Like, wow. So I know some of you ladies can relate to this, my teal sisters, there's nothing that we can say or do, for the other person to feel that it's okay to help or anything like that. We just can't do it. The body goes into the shock, and the only way to get through day to day is with this little estrogen pill that kind of gives you that feeling. of still being a woman. So let's go forward, being a woman. When you're born and you grow up and you're a teenager, you get married, you want to have kids, you want to have a family. When this happened, it was really, really tough. With me, about 3 months prior to getting diagnosed, I had a miscarriage. And it was hard. It's hard to figure out what you're here for. You have this you have nothing there. I mean, you grow up thinking, okay, you get your periods stop, that once you have a hysterectomy, which is great. You don't have that monthly friend that comes in all the time. That's a bonus. But you miss out on reproducing. And as a woman, whether you want to or you don't, it's still in your head that it's important to, or it makes you. It makes you feel like you are a woman. And when you don't have that, it's hard. It's very, very, very intense. So then you try, you seek help, you seek professional help. I saw therapy about that. Being that my husband is the only child, I wanted to give him a child. I wanted to continue on with his name. And it was difficult. To this day, it's difficult. There's days where it's, you think about it more than other days. Therapy does helps you deal with the situation and kind of move on, because you have to move on. You have to live your life. You deserve to be happy, so you move on. Then comes intimacy. Okay, so you're intimate with your significant other, your partner, and you kind of figure out, it's so difficult because, again, if you're going to have sex, you may want to, you may be thinking, okay, I'm going to have sex, and there's a purpose why I'm having sex. It may be to have a child. But being intimate and having sexual relations with your male partner becomes difficult. First, you're not there anymore. And I know this is a touchy-feely situation. A lot of women don't like talking about it. But I think it's important as a woman that you know that you know your body. You know what triggers certain things. And when you begin the process of intimacy with your partner and then having sex, it's going to be different. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be the same. And you need to prepare yourself for this. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you will just go right back and you'll be fine. And that's great. But there's a lot of women who have doubts of what happens, what goes on when you're intimate with your partner. And the one thing that I've learned throughout the years is you have to be honest. You have to tell your partner what hurts, what bothers you, what feels good. The communication with your partner in regards to that is very important. You need to take the notion of, okay, well, I'm not going to reproduce. and move on and deal with that, and that's fine. And then just go on to being where this is a thing where you're just enjoying each other and you love each other, and this is what couples do, and enjoy each other's embrace, hugs, kisses, everything, you know. Or let's say you're single and you find a partner that you want to be with. How do you talk to your partner about that? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be hard. You know, you want a relationship, you're single, you want to get married, you want somebody in your life. It's going to be damn hard to have that conversation, just because you're dealing with so many parts. You just met this person, you're trying to impress the person, all of that stuff. Just take it day by day and really, really talk to your partner. Communication is the key. Don't be afraid to say, you know, that doesn't feel right. No, I can't do that today. No, I don't feel right doing that today. And if your partner is there for you and loves you, he will understand. They will understand. Your partner will understand. Just be honest with yourself, because if you are doing it, or if you're having sex just for having sex and it hurts, there's no joy in it. And when you're intimate with your partner, there's supposed to be joy and happiness. And that's the way it's supposed to be between your partner and you, a male and a female. Or let's say a female and a female. You're supposed to enjoy each other. And when you're intimate that way and when you're having sex, it's about you two. Just you two. That's it. I'll see you back again for part 4 of this little conversation. And I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you another day. Bye.